Hi everyone, this is Rick here. Let's not get caught up in pettiness. Now, Jesus told his apostles when they were arguing about who is greatest in the kingdom of God, that you got to be like this little child if you want to enter the kingdom of God. He talked about John the Baptist, saying there's none greater than him, but the person who is least in the kingdom of God is greater than John. Well, Jesus was comparing the physical, the secular, carnal world with the spiritual kingdom that he is about to usher in, and turned it all on its head. And we know that when we face Christ, when we draw closer to Christ, we have to do it out of brokenness and humility. When we desire to be greater, and we don't understand the humility and brokenness needed, we become puffed up with pride, thinking the more we do, the more we're serving God. And what happens is we enter into pettiness, bickering, arguments. Paul talked about this in 1 Corinthians chapter 8, the whole discourse about whether it's okay or not okay to eat meat sacrificed to idols. Well, Paul knew that it was okay, because he had been shown in the Spirit the truth of this, that God had made all things for our conceptions. Yet those Christians that he said were weaker than him, weaker than us, thought that it was a sin, because they came out of an environment, the Jewish traditions and the Jewish laws, in which eating meat was an abomination to God if it was sacrificed to an idol. So even after their conversion to Christianity, they refused to do it. We do that today in this church, and everyone thinks the other guy is the weak one, because the other guy isn't doing what we say or what we think is right. And he goes on to say, don't look down on your brother or sister because they either eat meat or don't eat meat. We are to treat everyone as brothers and sisters, because we are all brothers and sisters. The minute we start getting distracted by all this, we're judging our brothers and sisters. And the ones who judge, the ones who are puffed up in pride, are the ones who will be brought down. We are elevating ourselves and becoming greater in our hearts in the kingdom, where their humility makes them greater than us. And it takes our focus away from Christ. You cannot have pride and be broken in humility to draw close to Christ. The two don't go hand in hand. Don't get distracted by petty arguments. It's not important what day of the week you worship. It's not important where Cain's wife came from. It's not important when the rapture or how the rapture, or even if there is a rapture, occurs. It's not important whether there are giants or Nephilims. It's not important whether, oh goodness, I could name hundreds and hundreds of things that Christians bicker about. Baptisms, communions. We're all brothers and sisters. If you count someone as a brother or sister, but you exclude them from any activity, no matter what it is, because they don't do something the right way, you're not loving your brother and sister. You are passing judgment on them. And your face is full of pride, and your face is turned away from Christ. Face means countenance, your demeanor, your attitude. It's turned away from Christ. You're losing that humility, and you're starting to embrace the things of the world. Keep your focus. Don't get distracted. Until next time, God bless.